G'day and welcome back to the Not So Weekly News and RC Model Reviews. And where have I been? Where have I been hiding? Where are the videos? Well, I've got to tell you that, as most people know, I've got Parkinson's. And I caught a virus 4 or 5 weeks ago and it laid me low for a bit. And I was wondering why I hadn't really recovered from the virus. But it's starting to look as if the symptoms I'm having is chronic fatigue are not so much related to the virus as a progression of my Parkinson's. And it's a lot of people don't know, but one of the stages of Parkinson's is you get chronic fatigue. You get really, really tired for apparently no reason. You lose your energy and stamina. And I'm pretty sure that's what's been happening. My hands have been terrible. Trying to do stuff on the bench, it's just driving me crazy. Trying to do fine work. It's, yeah, you probably would have noticed in the video where I worked on the, one of the last video I think I did, which was the repairs to the quantum Cyclops. My hands were just, I can't do fine work at the moment. It's really annoying me because I'm trying to build this standard digital FPV system, and some days I just can't because I just don't have the dexterity anymore. It's so annoying, so it makes me so angry, which doesn't help because then you get all hot and flustered and you get worse. So, no, never mind. I'm not here to grizzle about things. It's just, you're dealt a hand of cards, you've got to play them best you can, which means it's sort of woken me up, sobering somewhat, because now I realise it's been pretty easy to ignore the symptoms until recently, because a bit of a tremble in the hand. Some days my hands are good and I'm fine, and on those days you think, oh, the world's sweet, no problems. Other days your hands are shaking, you think, they'll be all right tomorrow, no worries. Now that there's other symptoms starting to manifest themselves, it's a bit frightening really. It is quite scary when you realise that I think the average time from a diagnosis of Parkinson's to when it basically leaves you completely rooted is about 15 years. And I was diagnosed, a year or two ago, so I've got some time left, but the thing seems to progress in little spurts. It doesn't seem to be a linear progression. And recently I've just had my condition has worsened, I've noticed it quite significantly. It's reaching the point where it's starting to interfere with my ability to operate on a daily basis. And that's annoying because once it starts to compromise what you can do, you can't forget you've got it. And I'll get out of bed at 6 in the morning and I'm ready to go back by 10 o'clock. It's just, you're completely tired as anything. So I'm running on coffee at the moment, which works really well. And apparently it helps alleviate some of the symptoms of Parkinson's. You think it'd make you shake more, but apparently it doesn't. So the number of hours in a day I can spend is becoming less and less. I've got to put more into those hours, and enthusiasm can only take you so far. But if I don't do it now, it'll never get done because it ain't going to get any better. So I'm now sort of looking at what I can do, but I am feeling a bit better. Hopefully we've plateaued a bit and things will stabilise and I'll be able to carry on until there's another, change in whatever. But that means that I'm now got to catch up on all the stuff that I couldn't do before. And also, lots of stuff has come in. Some of the stuff is for the sub 250 gram camera drone project, which, to be honest, I wish it was sub 280. That 30 grams to go from 280 to 250, it is a big jump, man. It's easy to do something with 280 grams, but you try to go down to 250 without losing something important, it's really hard. So I've been having to think outside the box on that one. I've got a couple of ideas which I'm going to try and implement. So we may not get all the functionality I was hoping for, but it will still be, I'm pretty sure it will still be a really useful drone for doing aerial video and the stuff you do with a Phantom. Maybe we'll lose a few little features, but we'll see what happens. Until I've got some little things sorted out, I don't know for sure that project is going to be viable in the next month or two, maybe in a year, sure, because everything's getting smaller and lighter. But I'll stick with it. The other thing, of course, is the standard digital video system, and I've got some parts there which I've been waiting for, and that again, there's a few hurdles to overcome, but I think I've got most of them nailed now. The only hurdle at the moment is I can't do any bloody fine soldering because my hands are, you'd think I was, I don't know, but shaky. So I will have to try and find a calm day to do the soldering. And one of the things that, as an offshoot of that, is I'm going to do a couple of videos on how to make your own printed circuit boards from scratch. What we usually do is just do the Gerber files, which is a whole lot of numbers, send them off to China, and they send back a board. And you have to pay them, of course. They send you back a board and it's all got nice silk screen and it's got plated through holes and it looks really professional, and then you put your bits on and you heat them up and solder it all up and you're good to go. One of the problems is when you want to do a really fast prototyping, it takes a week or 2 weeks to get those boards back from the time you send the numbers away. Sometimes it's quicker on a simple board just to build it yourself, just to take a copper clad board, use photolithography to put the pattern on it, etch away all the copper you don't want, drill the holes yourself, and there you go, you've got a circuit board. I'm going to do a couple of videos on that because it's a really valuable technique, a really useful thing to know when you just want to do something small and you don't want to have to wait 2 weeks or pay whatever the minimum charge is to have the boards made professionally. So there you go. I'll be doing that because I've already done a couple of boards like that. I've got one more to do like that, and I'll just document the process as I go through it. Hopefully you'll find that interesting and find some use for that in the hobby. I'm sure most people will, even if it's just a simple PDB for something that you want with a particular layout or with perhaps a little voltage regulator on there or something. Making these boards, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Now, the other problem I've got, and I'm going to do a rant on my XJet channel about this, so just briefly to give you an overview. If you watch my XJet channel, you'll have seen that just before Christmas last year, 2017, I did a video where the mayor drew a drone out of drew a prize of a drone and everything. Everyone was happy. The councillor just said that we're going to let people fly drones in the parks because they had a review of the bylaws, and lots of people submitted in the town said, we want to be able to fly drones in the parks. We want our kids to be able to fly drones in the parks without fear of prosecution, because until then there was a ban in place. You couldn't fly your drones in the park. The councillors listened and they all got together and there was an agreement. People should be allowed to fly their drones in the parks without fear of prosecution and without having to ask for specific permission. Okay, that was great. So for 5 months we've done that. There hasn't been any accidents, there's been no complaints. It's been wonderful, and people watching my XJet channel and on this channel too, you'll have seen some footage from me flying drones in some of the parks. Some of the reviews I've done in the parks because I can go there, fly below the treetops without the need for, even when I'm within 4 kilometres of an airfield. And that's really great because it's safe and it's really convenient for me because very rarely these days can I find a spotter who's available to do the job for me, so I can't do it during the week at the airfield. So this has been great. It's meant 2 things. I can go out and do the reviews, whenever I need to, and also come evening when I feel like it, I can jump across the fence to the park next door and spend a couple of batteries just relaxing and having some fun, keeping my fingers in. And if you watch XJet, you'll have seen a couple of videos I've done, a bit of ranty things with a bit of flying in them. I just love that. That makes it all worthwhile. I can go out there and I can just have the release. I know a lot of other people who fly FPV mini quads also see it as a release. It's cathartic. It's just like all your problems and your cares melt away. And while my hands are still capable of that, I would like to keep doing that. Unfortunately, and this is the, as I say, I live in a town which is crazy, absolutely crazy. So all these councillors agreed people should be allowed to fly their drones in the parks without fear of prosecution. And the mayor agreed, and she even drew a prize of drone. Look, and then we can fly these in the park now. Fantastic. That was just before Christmas. Well, last Wednesday, the mayor came out and said, no, you can't fly in the parks. Can't fly in the parks, sorry. What? And as I say, no complaints, no issues, no accidents, nothing. And so I checked with the councillors who'd made this decision, and they didn't know anything about it. The mayor, off her own bat, has simply decided to rescind the permission that was given by the councillors and herself 5 months ago. That's it. No more flying in the parks. That's it. What the hell's going on? So now I find myself right back where I started, where I am one of the leading proponents and advocates and supporters of this hobby, stuck in a town where one woman, the mayor, has decided that she doesn't want people flying in her parks. So that's it. I watched Alan Yu's vlog this morning. Go and watch Alan's vlogs. Quite good, really good. He raises some interesting topics. And I was so jealous because he was out there flying his Mavic in the park. And he lives in Canada, for Christ's sake. I mean, Canada's got some of the most draconian drone rules there are, and he can fly in his parks. But here we are in the middle of a country with a town with massive great parks where we've been flying for 5 months without issue, and where all the councillors in the town agreed, yes, people should be allowed to fly their drones, and the mayor agreed, yes. Suddenly, just with the pure, I don't know what it is, she just decided, no, all the public submissions count for nothing. I'm going to override the councillors who are elected representatives of the people, and I'm going to say, because I'm the Queen, and I say, no, you can't do it. Can you see? Oh my goodness. You probably can't really feel the amount of frustration that I feel right now, especially in my situation where this is my one release, is to go and have a fly in the park with my drone. Now, can't do it. She's banned it. Oh. So, yeah. And of course, want to review a mini quad. What do? I have to wait until the weekend when there's someone here, and have to fly at the airfield. Well, there's no real challenge to flying mini quad if you want to do a bit of freestyle, but there's no proximity. You can't fly proximity here. There's no trees at an airfield. Oh, anyway. I guess, this is all keeping me young, I hope, and staving off the effects of my Parkinson's. Keeps my mind active anyway. So there you go. And I've ranted. I didn't want to rant. I wanted to save that for XJet, but I will. I'll do a full video on that on my XG when it's ranty time again. I'll get in the ranty chair and give it a go. But as far as RC model reviews goes, I'm now, as I say, I've recovered quite a bit of my stamina, so I'm back on deck, and I've got all this stuff to review and all these projects to complete. So even though it's cold now, I think it's, what, was it today, 12 degrees, which in American terms, that's about 3/16 of an inch, I think. I'm not sure with imperial, but something like that. So yeah, I'm back on deck. I'm going to make the most of the time I've got left, however long or short that is, and I'm going to set myself some pretty significant goals and a pretty heavy workflow, because I've got a choice. I can either sit at home and feel tired, or I can actually do something and feel tired. I'd rather do something. So that's what we'll do. And so stay tuned. There will be a lot of changes coming up, a lot of stuff. I may be doing more, I think I've mentioned this before, more theory stuff, more whiteboard stuff, more, bench stuff, because I can't bloody fly in the parks anymore. Neither can anyone else in this town. 8-year-old kids, if they fly in the park, they risk a $500 fine. Seriously. Anyway, so that's it. Oh, I do feel a little bit invigorated by having a little rant, so I might have another one this afternoon on my other channel. Who knows? So stay tuned. This was the not so weekly news. Sorry, I didn't really, show you much, but there is stuff to come. Please, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you for sticking with me, and thank you to my Patreon supporters. Without you, this just wouldn't be possible, because someone's got to pay for the meds. There you go. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. I'm getting back to the bench now while I can. I almost forgot something really important. Sorry. I got a care package from FrSky. Yeah, remember I've sort of had a good relationship with FrSky for many, many years, and then I reviewed the Horus and said it was really not that good, and then the line went dead. Well, turns out, apparently, it was a technical snafu. They'd been trying to email me. I'd been trying to email them. Somewhere the emails were getting swallowed, and the communication gap occurred. This was probably about the time one of their representatives left, and I don't know, maybe the email address didn't work anymore or something, but they sent me a care package, they sent me a box, and they apologised for the lack of communication. Brilliant, fantastic. So now I've got a whole lot of stuff from FrSky, and where is it? What have I done with it? Hang on. Oh, here we go. Look. They sent me a t-shirt. They sent me a couple of shirts, actually, and I've already worn this one once. Oh, I can't see, you can tell I've worn it, because it's all dirty and wrinkled. Is that FrSky? Yeah. On the collar here, FrSky. See? So the wheels are back in motion. I've got some really nice FrSky products to review, and those reviews will be given a priority because I need to catch up on some of that stuff. So yeah, a lot of stuff from FrSky coming up. Some of it looks pretty damn schmick too. Some of it not quite so good. But as you know, I'll review it on its merits only. If it's good, I'll tell you. And if it's crap, I'll let you know that too, because that's the way you come to RC Model Reviews. No affiliate links, no sponsorship, no commercial pressures whatsoever. Just me telling you the facts. Okay, this time, thanks for watching, and this time I will get back to the bench. Bye for now.